I'm Jay.
And I'm Elle.
And we are
Apartment 24.
So, welcome back, everybody.
Thank you for watching our last video and showing us some love by liking and commenting. We really appreciate everything you guys have done by showing your support.
Yes, we absolutely love it. Also, guys, remember that, we work full-time jobs. So, we're saying that, we're going to be recording like maybe every 2 to 3 weeks.
Maybe 4.
I wouldn't put it like that.
I'll say 2.
I say 2 to 3 weeks.
Right.
Yeah, right?
We gotta make time.
Right, and we also have to take time to plan and, so everything is good.
Everything is smooth.
So, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say, oh yes, I hope everybody had a good week. I hope you guys are one step closer to whatever you guys wanted to do in life. I hope you had
your goals.
Right, fulfilling your goals. Anything you had planned during the week, we hope
you got it done. Hope you did it.
Achieved.
Right.
At least something.
Right.
Right.
So, how was your week?
My week was very long.
Okay.
We work together actually, so
we don't work together anymore. She left
used
to go
to.
to that one.
Shade.
She left.
But work was work. And you get through it. You push through it.
Yeah.
We both work all day, so
Pray for Friday.
Right. And then Friday comes. And
As soon as you clock in on Monday, I be like, damn, I can't wait till 6 o'clock Friday.
Exactly. And then 6 o'clock Friday comes, and you're happy again and excited, right?
And then Monday morning, 9 o'clock comes.
How about Sunday night? People get depressed on Sundays.
Facts.
Because it's like, oh my God, you gotta go to work the next day, and then all of a sudden, all you think about is work on Sunday. So really, the only really free, full, happy day you have is Saturday.
I could talk to her about work on a Friday night or a Saturday morning. Stop.
Okay.
I don't want to hear it.
Wait
I'll
till
catch you on
Monday.
Monday.
Right.
Exactly.
So, how was your week? What are y'all doing here?
I'm a teacher.
We're all teachers.
I'm a science teacher.
I'm a PE teacher.
And I'm a site director for 2 after-school programs.
She does too much.
I'm her assistant, and I do the lunch coverage also. So, do you guys feel like this is your dream job?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I mean, I like the science aspect of it when the kids listen and they do what they need to do to get through the lesson, to get through the lab. It's fun, especially when they understand it, they comprehend it. You ask questions, they answer correctly. Like, that's the good part about it.
Oh my God.
But you know, teaching, it has its challenges. When kids don't listen, and they rude and disrespectful, then you gotta deal with their parents sometimes, and it's a lot. It's a lot sometimes. But, no, this is not my dream job. Like I said, I want to break out into makeup, do my makeup thing.
What was your dream job before makeup?
What
did you go to school for? What you got that degree in?
Oh, that's funny. I went to school for animal science. I got my degree in animal science, my associate's, and my bachelor's because I wanted to be a veterinarian. But I didn't get into vet school, unfortunately. It's extremely difficult to get into vet school. But it's okay because I moved on from that. Kind of.
Look, you can own as many animals as you want and call yourself a vet if you want to. Okay? If you're a lover of animals, own as many animals as you want, and I feel like your life will be fulfilled.
There you go.
I agree. I always thought that. Like, as long as I have some form of a pet or pets, plural. Cats and dogs, really, because I love cats and dogs. But, I could find fulfillment in that.
This one, she hate dogs. She hate cats. She hate anything on
She
4
hates
legs.
everything.
Anything.
I hate anything I have to take care of. It's like, no. I don't want a plant. I don't want a fish. I don't want a turtle.
You're not a lover of living things.
I can barely take care of myself.
You don't like people.
That's not true. You don't like living things. God forbid a tree's in her way.
Right.
So
no one leaves and shit everywhere.
So
Squirrels throwing acorns at you.
right.
Oh my God, I have to tell you this story. I'm sorry. I came in the other day from work and a cat, okay?
Them cats up the block.
The cat was right there, right
The
outside.
fat cat.
Scared the shit out of me. I said,
It was feeding time.
I thought it was a huge rat, and the cat just looked at me like, bitch.
Right.
I said, hold on, bitch, you was right there. You went from my
They act
house.
like they pay rent.
Right.
The thing is,
And just
the lady up the block,
feeding them.
she feeds the cat. But y'all
to
see
keep the
rats.
rats.
You don't see no
Okay?
rats.
I said, go ahead, feed them cat.
And you know what's funny about them cats too? I remember going out there. There's like a little, tree area and it has bricks around it. You see the cat walk on over to it and just sit there.
Yes,
I'm like,
take
waiting
the
for
tongue.
food.
Yeah.
Oh.
She see the cats taking shit
No,
and
I
shit.
think
Okay.
they waiting for food.
Oh.
Like, okay.
And I get another time.
Where's my food?
Right outside. The cat went up to the little tree area like it was a little box, set his ass down,
And poop.
okay? And then
You
looked
saw
right
it?
at me. Yep.
I got
They
to
are
back
like
from
house
school.
cats. They like house cats, but they outside.
Yes.
Right.
And they're not used to hunting or
Right.
catching their prey.
Because they
Right.
get fed.
Right.
It's
So
feeding
I
time.
wonder if they really do be going for rats.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
How
saw
do
a
you
dead
know?
rat one time.
That don't mean the cat.
Cat killed it. Right.
I would hope a cat would kill it.
But I see rats around here too, but not a lot. I do see rats
Yeah.
around here, like down. Well, you know what? I don't see it up there.
No.
I see it on the other block.
On the other block, yeah.
And they have like rat boxes
Yeah,
over there, and I
yeah,
see it like
yeah.
all the
I
way
said,
down
keep
here.
that shit
Keep
on
that
the other
shit
side of
over
the
there.
highway.
So they must be
that
doing
over here.
something. Right.
Right. Right.
So praise God for cats. Biological control is what they're called.
They're worth it.
Oh, but you like it for that.
That don't mean I want to keep one.
Okay. Whatever.
They have a purpose. Not with me.
And you know, a lot of places do that. They have cats
On the
their
bread?
property.
Mhm.
On the bread inside the store, laying, licking them.
Every bodega. Okay. Every
Oh,
pop.
licking their legs.
Right.
Looking at you like
Their legs
oh.
be stretched out.
That's like this cat in this thrift store I go to, right?
Mm-hmm.
That cat scared the shit out of me every time. It be up there with the shoes on the top, and I be
Be laying
looking
on
for
them.
shoes. Shit,
Oh.
it's a cat.
And they look at you like,
Right.
hello.
Hello.
Like, bitch, you're a mouse.
Okay, so, well, what's your job?
Yes.
What did you start off trying to do before you
So,
got your job?
I went to school at Howard University for fashion merchandising. Even in like high school, I had this plan set out in my mind. I wanted to design the clothes, sketch it out, design it, make the fabric, and make the clothing, the actual garment. That was my plan. So I was like, okay, how do I do that? My teacher, my high school teacher, she was my sketching teacher. Amazing. Oh my God, I love her. I took sketching for like 3 years. I'm still bad at it, but it's alright.
Maybe you need a refresher
I can
course.
get it in my head. I was never really that good. I mean, I'm
You just
decent.
gotta practice at it.
Yeah, I'm decent, but for me, I can do better. So she was like, okay, there we have great fashion design schools in New York City. FIT, Parsons, Pratt, to name a few. I was like, okay, so I applied to FIT. My major was already filled up by the time I applied. And you have to have a portfolio to get it.
Yeah, that's the thing about
Right.
fashion.
You didn't know that beforehand?
No, it was like spur of the moment. I was like, it was high school. What do
Yeah.
You don't know nothing in high
You're
school.
not thinking
And
about
they don't tell you that in
that.
high school either.
Right.
They
It's
said
like,
go to college. That's it.
Right.
in like 9th grade, you should be thinking about, okay, what do I want to work on for these 4
And what
years
do I need to do?
to go
get
to
there?
college?
Mm-hmm.
What am I trying to do with the rest of my life? Pretty
Right.
much. In 9th grade, nobody's thinking about that.
You're
Right.
thinking about all types of other stuff.
Okay.
You're worried about parties that's coming up and all that.
I was worried about getting some money to get some food,
So
some
was
chips
I.
at the corner store. Okay,
Oh,
that's
God.
what I was thinking about.
And passing classes. Obviously.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And going to King's
So everybody
Flag.
always had
Passing
buddies
the
and stuff,
Regents.
and we did.
Right.
Passing the little vitamin regents.
Okay, going to KP after school. That's it.
Okay.
So, major was filled already. Didn't have a portfolio for anything else. So I was like, oh, I go to Howard, great school, you know, ain't nothing wrong with that. Went there, had a great time, picked up ceramics, which I also wanted to do in high school, but I never got the chance because I was doing sketching and photography. So Howard was great. I learned some new things. They still didn't have the program I wanted, where I wanted to learn how to make the pattern for clothing and then sew the clothes. I learned how to sew there, and I did maybe 2 years of sewing, and I came out having done and won a fashion show at the school and learning how to sew. So I learned ceramics and sewing. Perfect. Then I was like, you know, I'm still not fulfilled. I need to do something else. So I came home, and I came home in December. In January, went to FIT, started that program for pattern making. And that's where I learned how to make clothes from beginning to end.
From scratch.
Right. Then I also took their textiles, where I learned how to make the fabrics and design the fabrics. I also took jewelry making, jewelry fabrication, where I learned how to make jewelry from scratch as well. And other kind of...
You're just so talented.
other kind of textile techniques. So I just didn't have one way to print fabric or design fabric. I had multiple ways. I also took block printing as another way to do textiles on design textiles. And then I retook sketching because, again, I wasn't that great at it. I got a little better, but sketching is just not my thing. Some people turn sketches into a work of art, like shit you can hang up on the wall. That's what I wanted to do. I just don't have it. I'm okay with that.
Don't say you don't have it. It's just something you gotta practice.
Right. True.
You just gotta put the work in.
Right. Alright, so then after FIT, I started actually making clothes on the side because, again, it wasn't paying bills. And finally got this job in education.
Right.
Which was fine because I started working at an after school where I was doing art. So I was like, okay, I'm already working with students.
And that's what I used to work with you.
Right. Already working with students doing art. I can work with students doing physical education. So, segue there.
So can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
What type of challenges came in your way to stop you from your dream job? Oh wait, I didn't tell you mine.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I went to school for hospitality management. My dream in hospitality management at first was to be a cook. Then I got into the kitchen area, and Gordon Ramsay, I'm hearing it, that he talks to you any type of way, and I just know the type of person I am. I'm not going to sit there and take what he's talking to me and whatever. So I was like, no, I could just switch it over to hospitality. I wanted to go into the hotels, be front desk of hotels. Then obviously that was so hard to get into. Basically it's because of, if you don't know anybody, you basically
not what you know, but who you know.
Right, it's one of those things, and especially when it comes to the hospitality field
and fashion as well.
I think any industry, it's really based on who you know.
Right. And now look at me now. I've worked with kids all my life, kind of, sort of, starting from Sunshine Acres till now. No, even before Sunshine Acres, I was working with kids at Salem Missionary Baptist Church, where I used to go to church at. So I'm now dealing with kids, but still, I feel like my dream job is slowly creeping up on me. I think I want to do something like this and food blog, still within the hospitality field, but
you want to blog.
I want to blog about it.
You want to be on social media.
No,
I don't always have to be on social media.
Like a food critic.
Like a food critic, something like that.
Right.
So I think that's more where I'm trying to lead to. All right, so guys, what are some challenges that stopped you from accomplishing your dream job?
I would say for me, like not doing everything I needed to do, having a lack of experience. I should have worked with animals more. I should have been in more vet clinics. I should have made sure I kept track of the time I did spend in the vet clinic. I just feel like I didn't have enough animal experience, and that was probably what stopped me from getting in. Well, and even so, like, to be specific, what stopped me from getting in was that I needed vet, like, experience with working in a veterinary hospital, which I had. Not even as a vet tech, just as a volunteer intern, whatever, which I did. But when I went to go ask them, you know, can you pull up the times that I was there? Can you have something?
They had no record.
Right. There was no record, and I didn't keep a record either. So it's like I didn't do anything.
Right.
And then at that point, I was like, I should have worked at other places. I should have just put all my eggs in one basket.
Right.
And I think that was my issue. And on top of that, it was like, you know, you had other people who worked in vet clinics all their life, or worked with animals all their life, or been on farms all their life. So it's like you had tons of other people with much more experience than me. So it's like, why would y'all take me over all these other people with experience?
I feel like also with me, experience kind of got in the way too, but also who you know is a big thing in a lot of industries. Because I felt like even now, when I look at things on Instagram or whatever, and things like at little holiday markets or like things you see in New York, people who have stores, my stuff could be in the store. My stuff is better than that. Right. So why can't I have that?
Because you didn't have enough experience.
Right. They always want
and
experience.
You didn't know the right person to put yourself out there.
Right. And like with me, I know this sounds crazy, but I mean I'm grateful that I have my degree, but I feel like sometimes it don't even make sense for you to have went to school
for as long as you did.
For as long as you did.
Right. True. And it feels like you wasted your time.
To graduate and just keep being told that, oh, you have lack of experience. You have lack of experience.
But that's what the degree is for.
Right. It shows that I put my time into these classes.
Right.
So that should come
to learn.
Right.
So I do have experience, not working in a store or wherever.
But at the end of the day, that's what training is for.
Right. How am I supposed to get experience if no one hires me?
Right.
Because I don't have experience.
Right. It's a catch-22. They don't hire you if you don't have experience. But if you don't get hired, then you don't get experience.
Right. And then I think it's so crazy where people that don't have a degree, but they have the experience, but they get hired.
Yeah.
Like, so it feels like I wasted my money.
Right. And it's not like you was trying to go after one of the biggest positions ever to make all the money.
You just want like a little.
You just want your foot in the door.
Right.
A little prep coming to get some experience. A little part-time job at Forever 21 or something.
Right. Something.
To get some more experience.
Right. And it's like even so, like even if you had the experience, I'm sorry, if you lack the experience, you lack the education. If you know somebody, they're gonna get you in there.
Right.
And that's
what kills me too.
That's
more than anything.
Perfect example. I used to work for DOE, and there's a process you have to go through. There's a process you had to go through. I used to work in the corporate office of, you know, feeding the kids and whatnot, whatever. And I had a friend. She wanted a full-time job. She also wanted to pick her business up off the ground, but she needed a full-time job to help her afloat. So I was like, oh, come on, girl. Like, I got you. Like, I spoke up to my boss or whatever the case would be. And, you know, my boss was like, okay, do you have any proof of, you know, that she could cook and whatnot, whatever. I was showing her Snapchat. I was like, oh, see, she could do this, she could do that, da-da-da, whatever. She's worked in hotels. I talked her up and everything. She did not have to go through the process that everybody else had to go through. Being the fact that I worked in the corporate office, let's just say regular people, they had to go around like this. She went straight to the point. And that's because she knew somebody on the inside. That's a perfect example. Had it been somebody else that walked off on the street, they would have had to wait that 9 months to get hired.
Right.
So it's like more as who you know, not what you have, not what you know.
Right. Not anything that you have experienced or any education that you acquired. And it's literally, oh, I know this person in the field, they can get me in.
On top of that, trying to go at it by yourself without having any friends and places.
Right. It's hard.
It's hard because they want you to do a free internship, that
No money.
non-paid internship, that is a full-time job.
So they want you to show up on time.
Yes.
Every
Work all
day.
day.
Yes.
With
work all
no
day
money.
With no money. And it's like, well, you can only do that if you're a teenager still living at home.
Yeah, that doesn't work for a grown ass adult.
Right.
Kids
Has
even
bills.
who has a family, who has bills.
Not even who has family, who has their
bills.
own place. Not even. Who has bills, period, the end. Because you could be at home still having bills.
Right.
Yeah,
Who has bills? Who has student
you
loans?
still gotta eat.
Who has car fare? Who has to eat? Who has to take care of themselves? I can't have a non-paid internship
Right.
just to
Not
gain
gonna work for me.
experience.
Right.
I still need some type
I
of
need
income.
Right. I need some money.
Right. So even when I was doing like the after school program, I was like, okay, that's only 3 hours a day, 3-4 hours a day. I can find something in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I found something in the morning, which was great. Had to be there, 9 o'clock in the morning, stayed there till 2 o'clock, and then got on the train to go to my job, my paying job, and didn't get home till like 7 o'clock. That was
So you
fine.
doing something free in the morning.
Right. For more hours than my actual paying job.
Right.
But meanwhile, the people for the intern, they know that you're good.
Right.
They see you.
But they don't want to hire you. They don't want to pay you. Can I get some type of money so that I can make more sacrifices to stay here and gain
Right.
experience?
And this way I wouldn't have to go to this other job. I could just stay here and work here.
Right.
Because
Even-
this is what I actually want to do.
Exactly. And I was gaining a lot of experience there, but it wasn't, I couldn't maintain it because I wasn't getting paid.
Right.
Right.
And
It was unrealistic. to
at the
me.
end of the day, I'm working 2 jobs, only getting paid from one.
Right.
And you're killing yourself.
Right.
And you're only getting
Right.
paid for one job.
And then at that point, I think I was still in school as well.
Right.
So I'm doing 3 different things, only getting paid for one. Yes, I'm gaining experience. I'm running myself ragged. I was actually fine with all the work and hours because I loved doing it. I really did. It was something that I look forward to, something that I was excited to learn every single day. But at the end, I couldn't do it because I wasn't getting paid enough.
You wasn't getting paid at all.
Right.
See, I remember when I had to do my internship for school, I had a job and doing the internship, and like I said, I did enjoy my internship. I worked at Sushi Tashu, and
That sushi spot back in the day.
right, I worked at Sushi Tashu, and I used to find it hilarious because being that I'm African American, people would come in and order their food, not realizing that I was African American. They'd be like, yeah, can I get, not looking at me, yeah, can I get it, a number 7?
Right.
They'd be looking around like, I was like, it's an internship. Oh, okay. I was like,
Because
right,
God forbid a black person make you sushi.
right.
Even though you could be taught and still that is.
Right.
All they see is your color.
Thank you. But that was actually, I had fun at that internship.
Right. That was like this episode of The Neighborhood where they went to this new soul food restaurant, right?
White people was back.
Okay? The chef was white. But before they saw the chef, just like grandma used to make it, just like mama used to make it.
They like the food.
Okay?
Right.
Let me give my thanks to the chef. Chef come out, white.
What?
They like, it was alright. It was alright.
All of a sudden it was alright. Right.
Right.
But you wasn't saying that.
But
about
you know,
Exactly.
they coming up too. So,
As long as you
do
taught
it right.
If you know how to do it right, your
It don't
color
matter.
should not matter.
Right.
Like you said, the food was good, right? Before
Okay.
you noticed who made it.
Oh, it was alright.
Mm-hmm.
Some haters, bro.
Right. Stop being so stereotypical. Anybody can make good food.
Anybody
Right.
can make anything as long as they're taught well.
Mm-hmm.
Or even if they're self-taught, as long as you know what you're doing,
Right.
it tastes good,
Right.
why not?
And even if you are doing something, as long as you like it,
Right.
that's
It
all
don't
that
matter.
matters.
You gotta eat it.
Right.
Okay.
So, what else are some other challenges?
Networking, definitely.
I think we said networking. Right?
Yeah. I feel like I'm horrible at networking. I've gotten better. I have a hard time putting myself out there.
Yes, you do.
I do.
Not once have I heard. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, she sat here and she said she does earrings, she do ceramics, she do clothes, she do what else? What else did she say?
Pattern making,
sketching. All the, did she give you her Instagram? Did she give you her Instagram? No.
It is Darrell Designs. DarelleDesigns.
Thank you.
Darrell Designs. I made these earrings. Last week I made the sweater and the
made
earrings
these
I was
earrings
wearing. I made those earrings. You love them so much.
I wear them every day.
Yes, she makes wonderful stuff. Check her out. Give her some support.
Please.
But yeah, in terms of networking, you gotta work on that. I do.
I feel like I get so bad at talking myself up because I don't want to be like conceited. I know.
I get it. No, I get it.
Right.
I get it.
But if you're networking, you have to talk yourself up.
I
Whether
know.
you sound conceited or not, I
know.
don't think that should be a concern.
And
Because
then-
you want people to be like, oh shoot, she
Right.
does all that?
Right.
Oh snap, I should hire her.
And then on top of that, like a lot of times I don't feel confident in what I'm doing because I'm majority self-taught.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's a self-limiting factor.
Yes.
Not really having to do with it.
Right. It doesn't
Right.
have to do with that.
It's your mindset.
It's my mindset. I'm predominantly self-taught, so a lot of things I'm doing, I've done. That's what I'm doing for the first time.
Right.
In theory, in my mind, I can see it working,
Mm-hmm.
but then when I come to do it, I hesitate.
Mm-hmm.
Even though 80% of the time I know it's going to work because in theory, A plus B equals C.
Mm-hmm.
You know that. But when it's having the confidence to tell someone, yes, I can do that. Fine, got you. With family, I do that. I look at something, they send me pictures. Can you make this?
Yeah.
Yeah, got
So
you.
why can't you do it with other people? You
It's-
scared.
Yes.
The thing is, you have to, like, let's say you're going into an event, and I'll share my event experience later. But let's say you're going into an event, it's a fashion event. Your networking is meeting people there, mingling.
Mhm.
Just
Right.
say, hey, my name is Darrell, what's your name?
Right.
Da, 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 da. Even if y'all don't really talk about fashion or what you do per se, as long as y'all are social with each other, you connect, you get each other's Instagram pages and what have you, numbers even, that is networking. They now know who you are, what you do, and that's it. You left an impression in their mind.
Right.
That's what you need to work on, being more social.
Yes. I'm not a very social person.
At all.
I feel like that's a part of the problem.
And how can you not be social in fashion?
Exactly. Because I feel like I was made to be an artist,
Not just a
Artist
fashion
is social.
designer.
not just a
Oh, I see
fashion
what you
designer.
mean.
You
She
see what I mean?
has many talents underneath her
Right.
belt, so she is
I've
an
always
artist.
considered myself more of an artist
Mm-hmm.
than a fashion designer.
But you do specialties in fashion. Because
Of course I do, but I feel like I'm an artist. I am
So you
more
wouldn't necessarily deem yourself a fashion designer.
right. I'm more of an artist. I can be locked away in the studio doing my work and here sell it. That's the kind of person I am. Somebody else market it, sell it for me.
I don't
just
say
wanna
you want to
make
be in the background. You just want to
Right.
make stuff, not sell
Right.
stuff.
it. Right. I just want to make it.
But
Have
you
somebody
still
else
gotta be social.
do
Get
the
that far.
right. Do the
Right.
marketing and all that.
And how many times have we told you?
I'm getting better. I'm working on it.
You're right. You're absolutely right. You know what? I thought of another challenge also. What stops people from going for their dreams? Because they're comfortable at the jobs that they.
They're complacent.
Right.
I think I'm complacent. Like at the end of the day, do I really love doing this job? No, but
You need the
deal with
money.
it. And I like getting
Right. Right.
Like my bills is getting paid.
Right.
I'm able to go out like I want to. I'm complacent.
Aside.
Right. I feel like at my
I
other
like going
job,
to brunch.
I feel like at my other job, I worked there for 7 years. It was good in the beginning because I got to work my hours, get my money, and then I got to do my art stuff on the side. So it was the best of both worlds. And then, as I was like, you know what, I need to make more money, so they upped the classes I taught, which made me more money. I was maxed out on classes, teaching classes almost every day. And then I was like, you know, I still like this job, but again, it's not feasible for me to stay here. I need to make more money.
Right.
So at that point, I was like, I'm not complacent anymore.
And that's what gets people. I don't know how to explain. That's also people are also kind of scared of change, also.
Right.
Because when they are transitioning from one job to another, they don't know how the money is going to flow.
It's scary.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary, especially if you have a family.
I understand that you want to make more money, but
Right.
if you don't make that more money,
Right.
so
And
it is
then-
scary.
On top of that, if you have bills coming in,
Right.
and you know you can't do anything to change that, they're going to come in no matter what. You
And
need
know
to have
you need to-
money
Right.
to pay for that.
Right.
So it's like your transition's got to be quick. You have to plan ahead. Oh, I'm gonna work this job for the next 2 weeks, but before you quit, you have to find another job.
Right.
That's
You
gonna
can't-
pay you
right.
that or more.
Right.
Even if you don't find another job before you quit, like I did,
You was whew.
make sure you stay. Because I have money for rent.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I had another check coming, so I was like, oh, I'll be okay for a month and a half.
Y'all,
I remember when
And I found one a few days later.
she quit. Like, oh, I quit. I said, hold up. What about your money? What about your bills? What about your plan? She quit like it was nothing. I said, Jesus, I can't do that. I would be scared shitless to do that.
I was scared, which was why I held on as long as I did, but I just got to the point where I just couldn't take it anymore.
Right.
And when you hit that breaking point, it's like nothing
Right.
matters.
Right.
You just want to go.
Do you think the, not fear, the urgency of finding a new job, well, needing to find a new job, lit a fire under you
Yes.
to,
Yes. I was okay. I would say like maybe 2 weeks. I was chilling. I could sleep till 11 o'clock.
All right, my money's running low.
It wasn't even that. It was okay.
I'm bored.
Right. It was more so, okay, I need to get out the house. Okay, I'm doing nothing but eating all day and sleeping all day. I gotta do something.
Right.
And then, I was looking for jobs. And then, I got a little after school part-time job rather quickly. I started working a week after I quit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, okay, I need to do something else. What else can I do? And then I was looking up like office jobs, administrative jobs, secretary jobs, and I wasn't getting nothing. So I was like, okay, what can I do? And then I was like, I really didn't want to do teaching anymore. But then the school that I'm at now popped up and it seemed like a good fit. So I was like, oh, let me just try it. And then, I got it. And then I was like, do I really want this job? I was like, it seemed like a really cool place. Let me just go for it. And I was like, at that point, I was like, yeah, my money's kind of low now. I paid my rent, so I was good for that month.
Mm-hmm.
And this was like, this was in November, like late November that I got it. And so like, December's rent was covered. That was like the last amount of money that I had. So I just took the job. Yeah.
I remember I had to take one of your pages from your book when I up and quit my job.
you do that too, girl. I can't, I would be so scared.
Listen.
like
when
I'm
you
saying,
go to work
right,
and you just tired of
And you hate
people's stuff and junk and you just can't take
you
it.
just be like, fuck it.
That day
I'm out.
where the situation happened, I didn't quit that day. But that day where I just couldn't take it, that same exact hour, I was looking up jobs on the computer. I came home, started looking up jobs, applied for jobs as I was quitting. Then they transferred me to a different district. When they transferred me to a different district, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm done. I'm through with this.
And it's like the straw that broke the camel's back.
Right.
It'd be that one thing that just like,
Right. And then after that, I got a job that quick. I was working for the summer. When I worked for the summer, I put in for an application to work at J School. After J School, it was perfect. I quit in June. I was working during July, still getting a summer check also.
Okay.
And by September, I was working regularly again.
So you left that other job in July?
In June.
June. She's still getting paid from it in July though.
Oh.
The summer
So you
check.
worked over the summer?
And then I worked over the summer, yes, at the
Right.
same time.
When did you
So.
leave that job?
August.
Oh no! I quit that job too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
The thing is, people's nonsense at these places sometimes. You forget that some of these people that come into work, we have degrees.
you can't treat me in any old certain kind of way. I don't have to take this from you. And that's how I feel too. Like,
and there's plenty of people that's walking around. Okay, yeah, you have years of experience underneath your belt, but you don't have to talk to me to demean me because I don't understand something that you said because you're not making sense.
Right. That's a power trip.
Right.
I ain't time for that.
I had a boss. She didn't even know what the word condescending means. She said I was being condescending, and I was like, wait, what? Do you know what condescending means, Mister? And then, whatever. I can't say no names. Do you know what condescending means? No, because you are condescending. Anything you tell me to do, I say okay.
Right.
Whatever.
Well,
Any other challenges? I say support.
support in doing your dream job.
Just support in general. Are you getting support from your family?
I always need support from my family. My mother be the first one to support all the time. I just came by to see how you doing. Let me see if I see anything. She'll support all the time. Oh, I like this. If it don't sell, I want it.
I feel like in our family, support is pretty good.
Yeah, the support is good.
Yeah,
the support is good.
But what I don't like is when they'll be like, "Oh, can I get a freebie?" I mean, I do it too, so I can't say too much. But they'll be like, "Oh, let me get a freebie. Let me get a discount of a discount." When you're already getting like 50% off,
right.
They want an extra 25.
Right.
Or they want a freebie.
Or they want a freebie. Oh, can I get this for free? Oh.
I'm already underpricing my things compared to
anybody else.
People who have their own stores and all that. My stuff is already underpriced, even though it's the same quality as theirs, or even better. Because I've seen people's stuff. I'm like, my stuff is better than that, and it's half the price.
I'm not gonna even lie. My family supports me too. Like when I wanted to start learning how to do nails by myself, my family helped me buy like the fake fingers. They bought the acetone. They bought the stuff. I found a packet. I did the packet. What else did I want to do? I was in the process of making a dollhouse. My aunt printed out all the printed out all the papers and stuff like that or whatever. She helped me buy a lot of the materials. My mom, she supported me all through college. All through college, she supported me. What else can I say? Like my brother, he supported me sometimes. Like he could be a critic of my food when I cook, but that's what helps you get better, right?
Right. Needed.
So
you want that constructive criticism.
Yes.
That's how you get better.
But yeah, my family, I could definitely say they supported me in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. And what about friends? Like, how do you feel like your friends support you?
Well, you guys support me.
My friends are right here.
You guys support me anytime I did my nails or whatever. I sent them pictures. Yes, Shannon. Yes, you did a good job. Whatever the case may be, and there's some friends that could be haters.
That's true.
On the low.
Like, you could have friends on Instagram who see your stuff but don't like your stuff, right? You could have friends who view your stories but won't like the post you just made.
Right.
Won't comment.
Or I know I do that a lot too. Because I'm not really.
You do.
But you don't do it intentionally.
I don't do it intentionally.
Because you're not on Instagram.
Right, I'm not on Instagram like that. So I'll look through every once in a while.
But if you know somebody on Instagram and you know they see your stuff, but they don't like it, it's like, okay.
Right. And I think in my head, oh, I like that. But I don't actually click the like button.
Right.
To me.
I do the same thing sometimes. But not like with people that I feel like I should support. If I feel like I'm your friend, I'm supporting you, then I'm going to like you regardless.
Right.
Or, share it or whatever.
Right. I try to support my friends. Like, I have a friend. Well, she's a friend of a friend, but she's cool people. She's starting out her clothing line. She's making hoodies. Her name is Tamika. Follow her. It's Miss Tamika Rose. At Miss Tamika Rose, she's making hoodies. Also, follow her. She's good. I try to support a lot of my friends. Speaking of one, a friend Shanae, she's an up and coming cook. I think it's at Food Gossips. Food Gossips.
So we gotta put the link below.
Yeah, I'll put the link below.
Yeah.
But follow her. Yeah.
Anybody that we feel you guys should follow, we're gonna put the links in the box.
Yes.
Go ahead, take a look.
Right. But yeah, people that, like I said, there's some friends that are haters on the low. They really, and you know that they, I see.
Right, you feel it.
I see you
feel
looking
it.
at my page.
Right.
So
You just view my story, but you ain't like the post that I just put up. I see you see the post of my video, but you didn't go see my video.
So who's your true supportive friend that always supports you no matter what?
Well, I feel like there's a few that always support me, but the one person I can say that's like the first person to like my stuff.
Uh-oh, shout out.
Shout out to Lachey. Like she be the first, like as soon as I put the picture up, 30 seconds later, boom, boom.
Wait, what's
As
her
soon
name?
as Lachey.
Oh,
My
Lachey.
Kiki fam. Shout out to Makeda and Lexi. But yeah, you know, she be the first one to see my story,
That's
first
good.
one to make a like. She'll sit here, she'll send me a DM. I'm like, oh shit. Like,
She would do that with my stuff too. I was like, oh
yeah, and she
Lachey.
supports my ventures. She supports my family ventures. She's like, oh, I see your sister out here doing her thing.
That's
She'll look
good.
at her videos, her
That's
stuff.
good.
And she's like, oh, Darrell's so talented. Darrell's so this.
Thank you,
And I'll be like,
Lachey.
thank you, Lachey. Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
And it'd be
I
just
can always count on her to support more than anybody.
and it just be that.
Right, that person that motivates you to keep going. So like even if and Laura Buggy too, she be supporting
Yes.
too.
Yes.
And she be sharing my stuff, sharing our stuff.
She was the first one that started sharing Apartment 24.
Yeah, she be on it.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll also put her at Instagram page at the bottom too.
Because I think she also has a podcast also.
She has a podcast. She has a photography thing.
Mhm.
That girl
A
doing so much.
massage.
Okay.
She does everything.
And she goes all over the world.
She does. I want to be like Buggy when I grow
Okay.
up.
Right.
Okay.
That was our friend from camp too. That's
Yes.
SSA.
SSA.
I'm gonna go to the reunion.
Shout out.
Shout out to the SSA family.
Remember we was looking at that page for like camping, and we all
We
wanted
should
to
do
go.
that.
I want
We
us
should
to
definitely do that.
shout out to the SSA fam. Y'all know
Yup.
who y'all are.
Because we know back in.
Back in 08.
But yeah, friends.
What about those non-supportive friends or friends you feel should be supporting you a little bit more if y'all are truly best friends?
That's a good question. But what's the difference between a friend and a best friend? In order to answer that question.
A best friend is someone that is always there for you, even if they're not. Like, let's say you have an event, they out of town, they can't make it, but they're still like share your stuff. They'll still buy your stuff.
They'll
They'll still
message
ask how
you.
it went. Ask how it went. What's up? Sorry I couldn't make it. This, that, the third. That's a best friend. A friend would like not show up and not say anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. You know,
Mm-hmm.
or you'll see that they said they couldn't make it to your event, but they're somewhere else doing whatever.
Okay, we're doing that, huh? Okay, we're gonna be that spicy.
Right.
But couldn't tell you that they're not gonna come neither.
Right.
Or made something up.
Right.
Or just didn't show up.
But I feel like too. Sorry. But I also feel like with those type of friends, like it's not an equal friendship. You know what I mean? Like you could be like, oh yeah, that's my best friend. You know, me and her cool, we rock with each other. And they be like, oh yeah, she my friend, but you know, I don't really like that.
Right.
You know that hurts.
It does.
That hurts. Cause I remember one time I thought I was best friends with somebody,
Right.
and they didn't have to say, oh, she's not my best friend. She did it through actions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
She did it through
It
actions.
was like, we asking to spend time with you. We want to do this. We want to do that. Oh, I can't. I gotta do this. Oh, I can't. I gotta do that. Well, can we come over? Da da da. Oh, no. I'm like, dude, you live like right there.
Right.
Right.
Can't you come?
Right.
Right.
You don't see me.
I invite you to my house,
Right.
but you never come.
Right.
Like, I want this friendship to grow,
progress.
to
Right.
progress,
Right.
And you
to
don't.
be more.
Right.
Because maybe at the end of the day, she doesn't see you as her best friend.
True.
You know, speaking of that, like years ago when I was in middle school, I had I thought she was my best friend, right? So this was like a verbal affirmation that she wasn't. So I'm like, I'm sitting there, we in class, whatever. A few of the kids come up to me, oh, Janelle is so your best friend? I was like, yeah, that's my best friend. You know, we always hang out, we always talk. You know, we was borrowing each other's books, CDs, stuff like that. And then they was like, oh, okay, cool. And so then they go over to the girl. And like, oh, is Janelle your best friend? She's like, no, she's not my best friend. Oh. And I made like a little face like,
I know where I stand.
I know where I stand.
I got it. Feel you, sis.
Noted.
And so then everyone was like, oh, Janelle, you heard that? You heard what she said? I was like, yeah, I heard it. Got it.
Message received.
Right. And then she was like after that, I didn't talk to her no more.
Right.
And then she come up to me, oh, hey, you want to hang out? Oh, hey, you want to sit together?
I'm good.
And I was like, no,
I'm cool.
I'm all right. I'm going to go sit with my sister.
Okay.
I'm going to go sit somewhere else.
Right.
I'm okay. So, since we're talking about friendships and having unequal friendships, what do you guys think about people that are just around you for what you have? People that are users.
Right.
Who use you for what you have.
Leeches.
Yeah.
Well, users, I mean,
You always want to feel like the people you're around have your best interest.
No
Right.
matter what.
right, that
Right.
they have your back.
And sometimes it's hard to see that when that's all you really want to see. You want to give them the benefit of the doubt
Right.
and hoping that your relationship is equal,
Right.
but sometimes it's not.
You can have friends that's around you when you have money, when you got it. You're like, hey, you know, come over. I got bottles.
Right,
I got
right,
food.
right,
Oh,
right.
yeah, man. They come over this, that, third.
Mhm.
But
As soon
then,
as you hit rock
Right.
bottom.
let's say that check ain't hitting the way it was.
Right.
All of a sudden, you don't really have no money. You can't get no bottles. You can't get no food.
They're not hitting you up as
Right.
much.
They not hitting you up. They're nowhere to be found.
Right.
You trying to reach out to them to go out, no response,
Right.
and
Or
they're not going out with you.
Maybe even you need a helping hand and some money real quick.
Right,
You know,
and
can
they
I hold
can't-
some real quick?
right, and they
I
can't
think
help you.
that they can't help you, but you'll be the first one. I
Right.
got you.
Right.
Right.
And you're the first person in contact when they want some money.
Mhm.
Right.
What about friends? Like, what about friends that, okay, I'm your best friend. I go above and beyond for you. I support you. I do anything. You know, we go out all the time. But whenever it's my events or whenever it's something for me,
You're not really.
Right.
you're not pressed.
Right.
Or how about when I have an event, I consider you my best friend. You're the
Right. You're gonna be the
last one to show up, but the first one to leave.
Right.
Right.
You
Well,
know,
you should be there before everybody
Setting up.
else.
Yeah.
And
all
set up
that.
what else you need?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and I count you as my best friend.
Right.
You're supposed to be there.
Right. And
Why
I
is
goes
it-
back to what you expect from a best friend. I expect you to be at my event before everybody else.
Right.
I expect you to help me set up. I expect you to be there for anything that I need.
Right.
It's like
And
I
you're nowhere around.
and it's like I bend over backwards for you, but you don't bend over backwards for me at all.
Right.
I
I
don't
can't stand people like that.
at all.
I feel like
And this
that's
is really like people you consider your friends. Consider
Not,
your
Because
friends.
you're your best friend.
and sometimes not even your best friend, family.
That's true.
That's true.
You consider
And you expect them to show up and they don't.
right. Whatchamacallit, I had an experience where this was in junior high school actually. You know, it's gonna be he say, she say stuff or whatever. So I had a friend. She told me that she liked this guy, and the guy was flirting or talking to some other guy, and
The guy was talking to another guy.
I'm sorry, girl, and this friend told me that she liked the guy, but keep it to myself. These two girls came to me and bullied me to find out who she liked. And they found out, they said, if she likes this guy, they're going to beat her up.
And then, so what'd you do?
So I didn't say anything, but I felt like it was the right thing to not say anything at all. And because I didn't say anything at all, I had the whole school outside my classroom knocking on the door. You should have told them, because if that's the case, if you didn't tell them, they wouldn't have fought, or whatever the case may be, or what. The whole school was knocking on the door.
So, what's that for?
Huh?
Who was it that for?
So some other girls that had something to do with the situation, but because I didn't tell this, because I didn't say anything, that caused the fight.
That's not true.
Right.
They just want somebody to blame.
Right. And I felt so low. And the girl that begged me not to say anything, I considered her my best friend.
Right.
And she stopped talking to me. She stopped talking to me because these girls got to her anyway.
Right.
But she thought you said something.
Right.
And you did it.
And I did it.
And you
But-
saw that?
Yes.
No, she probably did.
Yeah, and yo, that hurt my feelings so bad. That hurt my
And you
feelings.
getting ganged up on.
Yo, I will never forget. I was in Mr. D'Agostino's Italian class. I see a whole bunch of kids banging on the door, banging on the door, banging on the door. I went to one of my teachers and I just cried. I said, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. And the whole school is banging on the door, banging on the door, banging on the door. And she just, to this day, like if I was to see her in the street, I wouldn't say anything to her. She apologized. She, you know, I don't want to be a friend.
And you know, it really, like, when people really do things to you, it really affects you, even to the point where years later you still remember it.
Right.
Years later,
Yeah.
you see them in the street, you like, nah.
You
I'm
made
not
me
messing
feel
with this
this low.
person. Right. And you're supposed to be my best
Your best friend. I feel like a lot of times people want you to succeed, but they don't want you to be better than them.
Mm-hmm.
They say, oh, you know, she could do good, she's doing good, all right,
But
but
not better than me.
not better than me.
Right.
Like, she can make her little side money, but she better not make more money than
Right.
that.
Right. If she's doing better than me, that's a problem.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why can't we just all be
Why can't we
successful?
all do
Right,
Why
right.
can't we all be
We
successful?
Why
put
can't we all
brunch
bring each
together.
other up?
Right.
That's the thing with black people.
We don't.
We don't support each other.
Right.
And I think a lot of people will sit here and be like, oh yeah, you know, you should go for that job.
Especially
You should do that
females.
thing. But then they'll be like, oh, okay, I don't want you to make that much money.
Right.
I want you to be that successful. And another thing too,
Jealousy.
keep going on and on. But like jealousy, right?
Friendships with jealousy. Yup.
You have people who hate where you are. Who'll be like, oh, it's nice you got there. You know, make shady little comments.
Right.
That's nice. They see you
Right.
living life and they're like,
Right.
okay. And like, they hating on you. But they're supposed to be your friend.
Mm-hmm. I had a friend where, in our friendship, she always wanted to play the victim. Out of everything like we've been through, she always played victim. Everything was about her. On my birthday, I still remember this to this day. We're all hanging out, and just because she didn't get her way, she made the situation about her. I had friends tell me, "Oh, you need to leave that girl alone." My mother even told me that this girl wasn't my friend. There was a situation where I couldn't get home from
Where you were.
from school, and from school, and my mom, basically the friend gave me a bullshit ass excuse. I wasn't asking for you to drop me home. I wasn't asking you to drop me home. And my mother at the time, she wasn't going to just not give you anything neither. If you would have just got her child home, she would have reimbursed you. Right.
Right.
As soon as she saw you again.
Especially if y'all going in the same direction.
Right.
Like, it's not that much out. It's not that out your way to help me out.
And it doesn't
Right.
put you out that much. To
Right.
Right.
Get me a ride. Or
So
help
she
me get there.
so she gave me some bullshit ass excuse, and when I told my mother was like, "That's not your friend." She said, "Even the fact is," she said, if the shoe was in a different,
She was on the other foot.
if it was vice versa, Shannon, you would have fought me
Right.
to bring that person along.
Right. She need this. I gotta do this for her. We can't.
Right.
We can't leave her there.
Right. You would
Right.
have fought me. She
It's
said,
not that big of a deal.
and she asked me, she said, "Did your friend fight her mother?" I said, "No, that's not your
Didn't even
friend.
try.
Right.
That's not your friend." And then anytime we hung out, everything was what she wanted to do. What she was right. She had to do this. She had to do that. And there's been plenty of times I hung out selfish. And then she always played the victim all the time. So I was like, you know what? On my birthday, she did that, especially to me on my birthday.
And you cut off after that. It was a show that broke came off that.
Yes. Yes.
Sometimes it be like that.
And just certain things that she did without that day too. It was just,
Right.
it ain't nothing to cut somebody off.
Right.
As,
I have to make sure you that fake
right.
love.
As much as you, okay.
Okay? Fake love.
That's true fake love right there.
It is.
Exactly.
On some Drake shit. Alright, guys. It's there.
I don't know what we're gonna talk about next week, but
Right.
Well, do you guys have any ideas of what we should talk about next week?
If you do, leave it below.
comment.
Comment.
Let us know.
And subscribe.
Right. Please subscribe.
Thanksgiving is next week.
Yes. You know.
I hope y'all
Let us
ready.
know how your Thanksgiving goes.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear about.
Dinners are.
I want to hear about all the clapbacks.
Okay.
Right.
All the clapbacks. Everything. Okay.
Is your family as crazy as ours? Probably.
Or crazier, right?
Okay.
Right. Everybody got something happening on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You know, the macaroni and cheese.
Which I'm making this year. Thank you.
She's finally cooking, guys.
So I'm making sweet potato pie.
And
for
I'm
the
making
first time.
stuffing.
And stuffing.
Your family recipe.
My family recipe stuffing.
Nice. Oh, it'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it
I
is.
make 2 pans.
I'm gonna make 2 pies too.
I'm not making anything. I'm just gonna eat.
Lucky you.
Copy.
Right.
Okay.
So, guys, we love you. See you next time.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Bye.